Hi YouTubers. I wanted to make a video today which concentrates on the HydroStat thermostat that we have here. As you can see, it's not working. Okay, I have power to it. I have power on in the house. My circuit breaker is on. Circuit breaker to the house is on. This is the circuit breaker to the furnace. That's actually off right now just for safety reasons. But if I turn this on and I come back down to the thermostat, you'll see the thermostat is still off. Okay, so thermostat is not working. I can go even further here and show you. This is where I get my power from, right here. Sorry, it's kind of like my first informational YouTube video here, where I get my power from. If I turn this on with my pen tester, I've got power, as you can see. The power is actually the lead on it. This is the switch, and the actual power. Turn that on, it'll help. The actual power to the device is right here. Okay, so there is power going to this. The circuit is good, except the issue is the thermostat is dead, which means that everything is not working. Burner's not working. I've had no heat here for a week. This is the second home for me, but we were up here, and it wasn't until late that I realized that I had no heat here. I called the company to find out. This is an informational video. It's not a how-to. I'm not going to show you how to install it. I've never installed one of these before, but it's pretty simple to do. I think if you're comfortable with electricity, you should be okay. And speaking of that, I'm now going to shut the power off to it. I shut the power off to the circuit, and we're good. Okay. I just basically wanted to talk about my experience with the manufacturer. So the manufacturer here is HydroStat. This is a new build in here. So this is approximately 4 years old. Everything that you see here is approximately 4 years old. Now the HydroStat itself, it looks like the construction or the build on this was 2018. So HydroStat only has apparently 2 years. But when I called the manufacturer, I was told initially that there is a 5-year warranty on it. It sounded like the gentleman who I was talking with was a very nice guy, but I don't think he was clear on what the warranty was on the HydroStat. Apparently the situation is that if you buy a set like this, or you install a set, this came with the peerless boiler, then the warranty is only 1 year. So the warranty is only 1 year for this, which makes totally no sense at all. And so again, there was a situation where nobody was sure of what was covered and how long it was covered for. That includes thermostat and the distributor, where I got the new one from. So the new one came yesterday, and it came like this. Actually, I opened this up here. You can see I opened this up, but it came with no packaging. Now this was from the distributor, so the fact that it has no packaging, something as sensitive as this, it makes me again think that what is going on here in terms of custom, quality of service and so on. I'm going to open this up in a minute, but called the manufacturer. I then spoke to a gentleman who said that, my initial question was, why isn't there no surge protection in this, right? And well, they don't make surge protections for these things because I was told that they would be too big, then they'd be too bulky, and so they don't do it. Their competitors are not doing it, so why should they do it? This to me is it's kind of disturbing that there's no kind of it speaks of quality then, right? You have a power outage, a possible power outage happened here a week ago. Power comes back up. And this is something that was possibly lost in the power outage. But then I was told, well, this should be, you know, I should have really put this on a surge protector. This is directly wired, okay? Directly wired into the switch and directly wired into the 110 box here, fuse box here. So it's impossible for this to be on a surge protector. Unless there's a surge protection beyond this box, I can't see how that can happen. So the video, this is really just explaining, be careful, understand what's happening here in terms of when you buy a furnace system like this, and this particular brand in particular is, I mean, these generally should last at least 10 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 years. I mean, I've only had it for 4 years. We moved here in 2019, and it's now 2023, right? So I don't know what to say. I just want to just make it be known that the product itself is, you know, keep it in mind when you're installing this thing. Your plumber may install it, or somebody may install it for you, that, you know, this can happen, right? And if you're a vulnerable person who maybe is an elderly, or, you know, you're not maybe technically inclined and you can't do this kind of installation yourself, you know, you're at the mercy of the weather. You're at the mercy of your house. I called, like I said to you, I called the company, and it was a lot of confusion about why this thing has no, why this thing is only tied to a 1-year warranty. I've got at least the distributor and this manufacturer at odds with each other in terms of coverage. So keep that in mind. And that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please, I mean, leave them underneath, as they do, the YouTube guys do, underneath, and let me know what you think. I'm from Europe originally, and, you know, places like Germany and, you know, other Western European countries, you know, do things a little differently from this. You know, this would not be allowed to happen, essentially, where something like this just breaks and takes down your entire heating system. And it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, the car manufacturer in the 70s here in the US, right? You know, the kind of vehicles that were, you know, being made back then. And then, you know, Japanese market comes in and takes over. I digress. I don't want to talk about cars. I'm not talking about cars here, but it's the same kind of thing where everybody is kind of agreeing upon making the same kind of equipment, but nobody, you know, has the wherewithal to figure out, well, what if we put a resistor in here, or a way to kind of like control the electricity when it comes up. We weren't here when the power came back up. So it's, you know, without a careful examination of this stuff, it's possible that when the power came back in, it zapped it. It zapped this logic board here, or it zapped some of the equipment that's on this logic board here. I see no burn signs. It doesn't smell like it's been burnt in any way, but still, it's not working. I'm going to change it. Thank you for your attention, guys. And yeah, sure, leave a comment, leave a question. And actually what I'll do is I'll put the new one in, and I'll do another video on the new one. Hopefully the new one will work. It will come up. I've got to then readjust. I'll keep the same settings here, but then I've just got to readjust all my Nest thermostats and put them back online and everything else. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.